That is a very powerful, powerful statement. And I often, if somebody asks me a question, I don't know the answer, my comment is, I don't know, but I will find out for you.
Yes. Yes. Okay, next one is what things would determine the value of organizational culture and leadership training?
Hmm. Organizational training is about teaching the leaders what happens at each level of an organization. And there are very practical things that are involved, as well as the emotional things that are involved. And the emotional things are about how do you work with people? Okay. People are, they're emotional beings in general. So in my mind, when the organizational training is brought in, it's about helping people understand the psychology and the sociology of the ripple effect, how one thing happens in another, and it's putting the dots. It's like a puzzle piece. That's what I love. It's puzzles, putting the puzzles together and understanding how what happens here in the right hand, how it affects the left hand. That to me is is what's so powerful with organizational training. With the leadership training adds the emotional side of the house. The leadership, as I mentioned earlier, there's a difference between leadership and management. Management is the structure and the nuts and bolts, and whereas the leadership is the emotional guidance, the influence that people have with their coworkers, their employees, senior levels, and all the way across the board. So when you understand the organizational part of it, then you can bring in the emotional side of it. And the leaders then know where to go, what to do, what is affecting what, because in that organizational chart, everybody is affecting everybody. When we act like silos, that can create a real problem in an organization. It's about teaching in organizational training, in my perspective, from my experience, it's about helping the silos understand how much they need one another and how to communicate with one another. So there is a broad understanding across the organization of what needs to be done, and you can back each other up when there are big challenges that emerge.